Over the years, I've struggled with sexual sin. Being a single woman can be hard. And being a woman of faith and understanding that backsliding has real consequences, I always try my best. But periodically, I would have these spells where I needed some physical attention. And instead of just hooking up with some random dude, I would, self-pleasure. Normally, it's a quickie. But this particular time, my son is at his father's house. And it goes abnormally long. Almost as if something jumped inside my body. I just didn't want to stop. Hell, I couldn't stop. After 3 hours, I'm so exhausted. I hop in the shower, clean up, change the sheets, and pass out only to be awakened at 3:15 a.m. to what feels like someone pulling me up by my neck. Opening my eyes and looking around, I'm literally outside of my body. I can see myself laying nude in bed. That's when I hear this voice saying, "You are now mine." Looking in the direction of the voice, it's this werewolf-looking creature with these glowing red eyes staring at me, and it's holding me in the air by my neck. Now, I know this is going to sound crazy, but on the other side of him was this humanoid figure that looked like it was made of broken mirrors. Absolutely terrified, I tried to talk, but my lips wouldn't move. So I thought in my head, "Jesus, Lord, Jesus, help me." And just then, I'm slammed back down into my body. Now I wake up bouncing in the bed, and when my eyes open, I see that mirror-looking entity in the doorway. It looks just like a human being, except for it's made of broken and chipped glass. That encounter freaked me out so much that I haven't done anything like that since. Then I started doing my research on different sexual sins and how they let demonic entities into your body. Now, what really freaked me out was when I was listening to the Dogman 101 and learned about the same demonic werewolf-looking like entity. I remember watching that video and saying to myself, "Damn it, that's the same thing that was in my bedroom."
Ain't this a bitch? I'm waiting on some action to jump off in here. You heard what Mr. Molly said. We top flight security of the world, Craig. Shit, not just the city, the world. Been jacked by Santa Claus, all kind of shit. They need security in the world, Craig. Shit.
For one thing, calm down. Slow your roll. Don't let that man pump you up, Daddy, and get your ass shot out here. We ain't no damn top flight security of the world. We Craig and Day Day. So just kick back, relax. You heard what happened to the last security guards.
You didn't even hear what happened to the last security guard. So how the fuck is I'm going here? Just do your job and I'ma do mine.
In 2002, my cousin hooked me up with a job at a medical research facility right outside of Huntsville, Alabama. It's a 3-floor building with a basement. Now, the way this job worked was my shift started at 10 p.m. By 11:30, I had to turn off all the lights on all floors, including the basement, which was the morgue. The job was actually pretty simple and laid back. And once you got through turning off all the lights, the job was just to sit there the rest of the night and make sure nobody broke into the building. They had one of those guard booths with one of those little small lamps, and you were kind of like a light in the darkness of the building. Well, the first night on the job, I'm taking it real serious because my cousin gave these people word I would handle my business. I get down to the morgue, turn the lights off progressively, and as you're working down the hallway, turning the lights off, you move and leaving the darkness behind you. Imagine a scene. I'm going room to room, turning off lights, and the hallway gets darker and darker as you go. When you get to the end of that hallway, the only way up is one of those old school freight elevators. You know, the kind where you got to pull the door down and it has the window in it? Well, you pull that door down, hit the button, and then the elevator takes you up. So now all the lights are off. The elevator, which is at the end of the hallway, is the only thing that has lights. I lift the door up, go in, close the door down behind me, and hit the button. But just before that elevator starts to move, I hear this whispering sound, like straight up demonic whisper. Nonetheless, I head upstairs to the guard desk, sit down, and I'm chilling, right? And then you start hearing sounds coming from all over the building. And I know without a doubt, I'm the only person in the building. But it's the first night. I'm not running out on this job on my first night. No way, no how. So I put my headphones on and sit there and listen to music the rest of the night, even though it's spooky as hell. Now, the second night on the job was my last night on the job, because I go through the routine. At the third floor, down to the second floor, down to the first floor, turning off all the lights. When I get to the basement, I go down the hallway, room to room, turning the lights off. And now, when I'm turning those lights, you're starting to hear crazy shit like metal clanking and things falling over. We're not talking about small sounds. We're talking about big sounds like metal locker doors closing and metal cups falling off countertops. But mind you, I didn't see not one metal cup in the basement. Now imagine a scene. I'm turning off those lights and fleeing the darkness at the same time. When I get down to the part where the elevator is, I swing the elevator door up, then pull it back down, hit the button. And you know how they got that little window on the elevator that I was telling you about before. Well, the elevator is taking an abnormally long time to move. And when I look in that window, I see what looks like these glowing red eyes getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Just when the elevator starts to move up, I get a clear view as to what the hell those eyes are attached to. And it's this creature. It looks like a freaking werewolf with glowing red eyes. And now understand, the elevator is slowly rising, but that little door and window stays stationary. Well, as I'm going up, those eyes are locked on me. As that elevator moves all the way up, and I can't see the window anymore by my feet. Now, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I was brave and bold. None of that. I get to the first floor, walk out the closest exit I can find, lock that door behind me, and go home. And nigga, when I tell you I couldn't wait to quit that job, I couldn't wait to quit that job, because I'm outside the place at 7:30 the next morning. It opens at 8 a.m. and I give them all of their shit. The uniform, the flashlight, the keys, go into the boss's office, and I tell him, listen, I'm sorry for inconveniencing you like this, but I'm going to have to quit this job. When he goes on to inquire about why I'm quitting, I tell him, listen, I'm not built for this shit y'all got going on around here. Now get this, he knew without a doubt something freaky and weird was going on in that basement, because the only words that come out of his mouth is, it's the basement, right? And I'm like, hell yeah, it's the basement. Then he goes on attempting to talk me into working one more shift while he gets the old security guard back on the phone and sees if he can talk him back in to coming to work. And I'm like, nah, bruh, you not listening to me. I'm not working here no more. You can mail my check for the 2 days I work to my house, but I don't want nothing to do with this building. Y'all got some freaky, weird shit going on around here. My Dogman encounter happened in Eden, Texas. So it's me and my boy Billy. And for years we've been trying to hook up with these two twin sisters, the Shea twins. Their pops was a guy named Sam Shea. And Mr. Sam had 7 beautiful daughters, but he was wild over these girls. And what I mean by wild is like, you pull up on his property trying to date one of his daughters, and he likely to pull a shotgun on you wild. And Lord, if you just so happen to be the dude who broke one of his daughter's hearts, or she ran to him crying about something you did wrong to her, sweet Jesus, the man's liable to kill you. I'm 16, Billy's 17. They sneak out of their father's house, and we picked them up on the road. Now, the plan was to head out to this little dirt road off Highway 2007. We called it Lover's Lane. We stopped by McDonald's, get a bite to eat, hang out and talk, then we head out to Highway 2007. When we get to the end of Highway 2007, we make a left turn off onto this dirt road. Imagine seeing it's pitch black out there. We're going down this dark road. We've been moving about 5 minutes when this werewolf-looking creature jumps out into the road right in front of us. But it's not like a wolf man with like pants or jeans on or anything like that. It literally looked like a freaking werewolf with the crazy hawk legs. Billy swerves to the left, going around it, and understand this is all dry land and desert out here. So he hits this little ditch, goes down into it, and keeps going. Now we're off-road and speeding. He's panicking. The girls are bouncing around in the back seat, freaking out. And I'm trying to tell Billy that all we need to do is make a hard turn left, and that's going to take us back to town. But Billy panics and turns right, making a gigantic U-turn, taking us right back on the dirt road where we just saw the freaking werewolf. Now here's where it gets strange, because we're riding down this road and I don't remember there being holes in the road on the way in. But now there's these gigantic holes in the road that he's kind of swerving left and right trying to dodge. When we finally get back to the highway, 2007, we make that right turn and he floors it. Now, finally back to civilization, my attention turns to Kelly, the girl who was sitting right behind me and the girl who I was supposed to hook up with. She's in the back seat, so afraid that she's hyperventilating. And when Kelly finally calms down, she starts to explain to us that the werewolf was pacing the vehicle the entire time with its face pressed up against her window. According to her, it was smelling her through the crack in the window. Now get this, months pass, I done successfully hooked up with Kelly. We technically dating, and I'm joking about that night. I'm like, Kelly girl, you so sexy, even that werewolf wanted a piece of what I was trying to get that night. That's when she explains to me that I wasn't getting nothing that night because her cycle had started. And then she goes deeper and tells me she believed that the reason why it focused on her was because she was on her cycle. Understand, I have been dating her this entire time and I didn't know any of this. But what I did know was that when her cycle was down, she stayed home after dark. Didn't even go out the front door.